Hey guys, it is Quincy with a here with the cart boy, my 16-year-old son. We have this tool. It is a weed puller tool is what it's called, from the brand Pooside. We're trying to be mature about this. I actually ordered this for my husband for Father's Day, which is in 16 days, but we had to come give it a try. We kind of like it.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah, so if you want to tell them a little bit about how it works.
Yeah, I'll go a little bit closer.
And he did have to assemble this. It came in a box.
It's a 39.3-inch tool. So, I mean, you can kind of tell it's pretty tall. It comes with this little thing here. It comes down as a little foot pedal. And then this handle, you pull up like the safety type thing that gets it ready. And then you stick it down into the ground, step on this, and then this goes up.
Yep. This captures, like your weed is here and it captures the weed.
Yeah. So when you step on it and then you pull it back
at an angle.
Oh, yeah. You pull it back at an angle and it grabs the weed and then it comes out.
Yep. Show them again. So when you're going straight down in, you're going to line it up on the weed, and then at an angle, these things will close. These little forks, tines on here will close, and then you're pulling up at an angle to pull it out, like out of the ground. So I'll flip the camera around and show you. This is kind of touted as being a tool for like no bending, like you don't have to bend down and pick your weeds. And I was like, really, will it work? Our minds were blown, right? We picked a couple and we're like, no way, it works. Now there were some that were harder to get out just because the ground was more packed, or they didn't have a very big root system. Like some of the clover that we were pulling, it didn't have a big root system, but there was one that we got. I'm gonna go grab that really quick.
Yeah.
So we did pull out like some dandelions, like these that didn't get all the way down to the root super well, but it still did get some out and you could knock that soil off. But look at this white clover. This whole entire thing came out all at once, down to the root there. I was so impressed. We actually have quite a few weeds in our yard, which is supposed to be like the sign of a healthy lawn, right? Like it doesn't have all the chemicals and stuff. It's got a lot of diversity. I don't know. We still want to get some of these weeds out of here. So we're going to give this a try a little bit more. And then I'm going to upload this onto YouTube and hope that your dad doesn't see it before Father's Day, because we're going to try to pack this away for him. If I can contain my excitement. I don't know if I can. It's really cool. All right. Anything else you want to share on that before we turn around and show them how it works?
I don't think so. I think we can flip it around and
all right,
show them.
Let's do it.
All right. So this will be down and you'll stick this in between the weed. You pull down and then step on this. Once it's in, you take the lever, pull back.
And it just pinches that root and pulls it up.
And uproots.
Sometimes it works great. Sometimes it does not. Either way, it is still pulling some of the weed out.
We'll try it again. Push down.
It has just rained here too, so the ground might be a little bit too soft. I think that if it was a little bit harder, there, that was a good one, it would grab a hold of it quite a bit better. Grab that weed and show them what that one looks like. Yeah, got down to the root on that. That's really good. Let's go find some more.
So this is multiple clover right here, and I try to look at it. Looks like the center is right here. So I'm going to stick it down in. I step on it, and I pull back. Let's try this again.
This really is a great tool, but I do want to show you guys honestly how it sometimes works and sometimes doesn't.
There.
Yeah, there you go.
Got some of the root kind of snapped off a little bit.
This is fantastic on like dandelions. It does do much better there. And again, our soil is wet. It just rained. And so it's kind of pulling it out like mud. Whereas I think if it was a little bit drier, it would get a hold of the root better. This weed is a little bit harder to see, so I zoomed in on this one. Go ahead and try that one.
So I'll stick it down in.
Find the center of the root, or where you think the root would be.
I step on it, make sure it's firm in there, and then I just pull back. You got some there. I think that was mostly leaves. We'll try this one. Put it in.
It's important that you guys know we literally just opened this and we're using it straight out of the box. So, professional gardener maybe would know how to use this better, but we are average consumers. And I'm not trying to sell you on this like, oh, you definitely need it, because I don't know, maybe you like pulling weeds by hand. Okay, here are some weeds that are along our herb bed. We often will actually just throw the weeds over here, so that's kind of why they're growing in this area.
Down in, pull back, and there you go.
Oh, that was a great one. Yeah, it works really good on dandelions.
Down to the root.
Nice. So like I said, works great on some, not on others. Probably the conditions of your soil make a big difference. Looks good. How about up
Another
in the herb
perfect
bed?
one.
Like, isn't that a dandelion or something back there? The yellow flowers in the back corner.
Oh, the big yellow one? Yeah. Do we just...
No, that's chamomile.
Oh, this one?
The back corner, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Although that chamomile is going crazy.
I think you just...
Now these we could just pull by hand as well, but if we just want to see how it works in here.
Not much, because it's a very thin weed.
Okay, and that soil is a lot softer. Yeah, so you can kind of tell how that works. How about these clovers over here? There's a whole patch of these little white flowers that have kind of gone wild.
Yeah.
And it would be hard to find the root, I suppose, on this.
I think this is roots all over. So I'll just... Got part of it. The rest of it. Let's get some other ones, maybe.
So if you had mobility issues, I could see this being a great tool. If you're like me, like I've been like pregnant and postpartum, and it's not easy to bend over in those seasons of life. Great tool for that. If you're somebody who can still get down on the ground, you enjoy doing that, I think you could just use your regular spade or trowel or whatever garden tool you would use. But I definitely could see where this could be beneficial. Again, under the right conditions. If your soil is in the right shape, it's not too moist, that kind of thing. Oh, there, pulled another good one.
I could do this all day. It's so fun.
This kiddo of ours actually has his own lawn care business, and so this could end up being a vital tool for him while he's out working some lawns. But I mostly just wanted it for my husband, for his garden, because he spends so much time weeding there.
Should we try a couple in the garden?
Yeah, we'll try that. Before we do that, let me just give you a quick tour of our herb bed here. You can see what we have going on. And we've got some chamomile, some chocolate mint, parsley, regular mint or maybe spearmint, some chives. We've got some garlic chives. And then we've got some dead space here where I'm not exactly sure what we're going to put in yet. Possibly borage. I've never planted that before, but I've heard that it tastes a lot like a cucumber, which we really like. Then there's some milkweed, some sticks for the fire pit, and then our 11-year-old daughter has a business selling flowers, and so here is just a quick overview of her flower garden area. I'm trying to keep this nice and tight and not show all the neighbors' houses, so that is what those look like, and then we'll go over and show you the garden. All right, we're going to try a sound test. He wants to do an ASMR. We're going to set the microphone down by the weed. I hope that sounded good. So here is our big vegetable garden that my husband grows. At the very tip-top end down there, we've got some aronia berries, and I have my sub pod composter down there. We put all of our food scraps in that don't go to the chickens. And then we've got also a raspberry bed up here. And then up here along the backside of our garage, we have raspberries. These have done very well in the past. And we also have some strawberries that are growing in here. And so I think we want to end up putting these strawberries in another bed, just so they can flourish and grow a little bit more. If you have any tips on growing strawberries, I would love to hear that, because we have not done well in that area.
All right, here's some of my final thoughts on this. I will say one of my things I noticed when I was assembling is this right here, the little pedal that goes down in and hits on the ground, can fold in. So if you want to put it in a car or something and bring it to your grandparents' house and go do their weeds or something. Also, once you go down in, and how do you do this? It goes down in, and then this lifts up. And then this, you can have the handle pushed down, or you can take your foot and just press that down. If you don't want to have like your hand bent down or anything, you can use 2 feet to do that. Overall, I think I would highly recommend this because it was easy to assemble. I probably assembled it in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was pretty fast. I was still playing on my phone as you opened the box and put it all together. I was shocked. I would say my thoughts on this, because you've used it more than I have. I think it does a good job, and it's sturdy. It does not feel cheap. It was right around, I think it's like the $30, $40 price range. You don't know that, did you, when you started using it? What did you think about that? Now that you know how much it costs, do you think it's worth that?
I think so. Yeah.
And it's got a nice, good grippy handle. It's not too heavy, but it feels sturdy.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely sturdy. So I think it's going to be a nice tool. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to store it, because we have a bunch of little kids at our house. So I think we would close it. This is kind of a safety on it, but I feel like they could still get at it. So I don't want it like too high up over their heads that it could fall down. So maybe we do have lockers in our garage. I might just stick it in a locker and throw a lock on it so they can't get to. But overall, I'm not saying it's dangerous. It's not dangerous. I'm just one of those moms that worries a little extra.
I don't think it could be used as a weapon of self-defense, but...
Oh, I don't think it could be used for self-defense, but I mean, if you didn't have another option,
Maybe some zombies or something.
Yeah, okay, we're getting weird.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. As always,
Go out and do something awesome.
See ya.